I'd just like to I'd like to show the similarities between Schumann's signature Schumann's signature musical identity really is the descending notes, which are to spell out the name of Clara Wieck, later to become Clara Schumann, and so his love for her, and that there's anything descending in Schumann's work was obviously descending work. You know, for example, in the Davidsbündlertanz, there's many times, which is his greatest work, or in the symphonic etudes, the way that begins, it's a descending notes, a descending sort of scale. But another signature element of Schumann's music is the notes which are together. They're, for example, in the final Davidsbündlertanz dance, you have these what I call smudged notes. They're basically two notes together, and although we can hear that in even some of Bach's preludes, and I think it's in the final prelude or fugue of the first book. I think it's the final prelude in the first book of the Well-Tempered Clavier. You have that same sort of sound, although it's not exact, but the sound does have that same smudged quality to it. There's already in Bach, but I think that it's more noticeable in. I've only found one instance of that in the entire Bach oeuvre. Not that I've listened to it all actually, but the entire oeuvre that I've listened to. But in Beethoven, we can see it in this one of its final pieces of the Klavierstück number 126, Opus 126, yeah, the one in E flat major, which by the way was Schumann's favourite key, which had a special significance for him. I think you call it the key of love. So, but we can hear these smudged notes a lot in Schumann's work. They're very characteristic of him. But we can see it here in Beethoven's final work. I'll just play the Beethoven part. It's the very end of the third impromptu in E flat major. Like this. Just that one there. So those kinds of smudged notes. Interestingly, we can see lots of composers after Beethoven kind of copying from his work. Not that I'm sure Schumann wouldn't have been against his people noticing the similarities between Beethoven and Schumann. This is a very small one anyway, but Schumann does use these sorts of notes in a very commonly and in a very effective way. But another composer would be Carmichael. I think it's Hoagy Carmichael, and because he also uses the Beethoven Pathetique Sonata part, which is let me think of it. It goes, let me just find that. So it's where is it? Yeah, this is the one. So this part sounds very much like the Hoagie Carmichael piece, which is goes like this. That's how you